Hi, hello, and welcome back, reactors, to an all-new episode of the Reaction Shot Podcast, the podcast where I introduce people to movies that I love for the very first time. Except, this time, everything's a little backwards. For the final episode of Season 2 and the last episode of 2025, longtime friend of the show and reoccurring guest, Brittany Cunningham, officially flips the table, steals the mic, and takes over hosting duties. That's right, I'm in the hot seat for this one. Instead of introducing someone else to one of my favorite movies, Brittany has chosen one of her favorite movies, a comfort movie, a chaotic classic, The Family Stone. A 2005 holiday film that asks the important question: why does every family gathering feel like an emotional warfare with better sweaters? But first, I wanted to remind you of how happy I am to be here in this season with you, the listeners. As we end Season 2 and all the greatness that has happened since Season 1, I have to say, I couldn't be happier. To note, one of the biggest things to happen to me this year, I became a part of the You Run Podcast Network. A network jam-packed with some amazing creators with a wide range of podcast topics. An entire network of shows that you need to check out. So, hop on over to the You Run Podcast webpage. That's yourunpodcast.com, and check out all the amazing podcasts in the family. Again, that's yourunpodcast.com. Also, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Reaction Shot Podcast, and follow the show on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, or wherever you listen. If you're feeling extra cheerful, drop a 5-star review and let me know what you're loving about the show. It's one of the best ways to support the show and help more people discover the Reaction Shot Podcast. Oh, and there's merch now too. That's right, shirts, hats, hoodies, coffee mugs, travel bags, you name it. Wear your reaction today. You can find the link in the bio. Alright, now back to today's episode, The Family Stone. Yes, I know, I've never seen this movie before. So in this episode, we break down my reactions to unforgettable scenes, brutally honest dialogue, and moments that made me laugh, wince, and quietly whisper, "Oh no, oh, don't say that." We also dig into behind-the-scenes stories, the stacked cast, and why this movie somehow manages to be heartfelt, messy, uncomfortable, and oddly comforting all at the same time. Brittany reminds the viewers of the plot during our conversation, so stick around for that as well. Okay, go pour yourself a drink, and remember, there's nothing worse than a dinner table full of people pretending that everything's fine. This is the Reaction Shot Podcast Season 2 finale. The roles are reversed. Brittany takes the head of the table. This is The Family Stone. Hi everyone, I'm Dave and I love movies. So, welcome to my podcast, The Reaction Shot. In each episode, I'll dive deep into a movie of any genre that holds a special place in my heart. But here's the twist. I bring on a guest who has never seen that movie before, until now. We discuss, dissect, and review from pre to post-production to behind-the-scenes stories and well into its impact on pop culture. Will we agree on everything, or will we have wildly different views? Thanks for hitting play. Let's roll tape and find out. Fade in. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Hi, guys. It's me, Dave, your host of the Reaction Shot Podcast. And joining me today is guest Brittany Cunningham.
Actually,
Brittany,
wait,
you know?
Dave. Wait.
What? Wait.
I think. Well, also, ho, what's up?
Oh, okay. That's the vibe I needed. What's happening?
Yes. But I think I'm gonna take this round as host.
Oh,
You
you're
know, like, this
gonna.
is one of my favorite films. I watch it multiple times a year. And I think I'm just going to take it. Yeah, I think I'm going to hijack this episode from you today, if that's okay.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Wait, what movie are we doing?
We are doing the Golden Globe nominee film, The Family Stone from 2005.
Oh,
Have you ever
okay.
seen it?
You know what, Brittany? I did just watch it for the very first time. Crazy,
I love
right?
to hear, which actually it is crazy because the fact that it's been 20 years since it came out, a little crazy.
Wow, 20 years. That actually is crazy. The Family Stone is a movie that I would eat up. Like, the cast looks incredible, and I like family dramas and dramedies and all that fun stuff. So I don't know why I've never watched it, but I appreciate you pretty much forcing me to do it. I'm just kidding. You didn't force me to do anything.
Absolutely.
I was very excited,
No.
but you do talk about this movie quite a bit, which is a
I
great
do.
thing. God knows I talk about a lot of movies quite a bit. So I'm glad that this is yours. And you know what? I think it's great. You take over hosting duties. You tell me all about The Family Stone.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me at the reaction shot for this episode. I love the Santa hat.
Thank you.
It's giving the winter season.
It's giving something.
So The Family Stone, just a quick rundown of it. It came out in 2005. It was written and directed by Thomas Bazooka and produced by Michael London and composed by the one and only. And when I tell you the stats on this man, it's ridiculous. His name is Michael, I'm sorry if I pronounce it incorrectly, Giacchino, I want to say.
That sounds perfect.
Yes.
Nailed it.
And yeah, I cannot wait to get into this film.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I'm familiar with that composer, but I will say the score of the movie was pretty good. It brought the festiveness of it all.
The festive feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So the cast of this film is the one and only Diane Keaton. We have Craig T. Nelson, Dermot Mulroney, Luke Wilson, Sarah Jessica Parker, Claire Danes, Rachel McAdams, for the ones that you really know. And then we also have Brian J. White, Elizabeth Reeser, I believe you say her last name. She was in Twilight, if anybody knows her, Renesmee. Or Esme. Renesmee is the baby. Doesn't matter. And then we have Tyrone Janera. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
It's okay.
Apologies. Jamie Keller, and Paul Schneider.
Hey, if we learned anything, let's just pick different last names, guys. Just a little easier.
Absolutely. Or phonetically correct in my brain.
Sure.
I don't know how to do it.
That's okay. We got, you know what? They're all great, and that's all that matters. So their names,
Absolutely.
We know their faces too.
Absolutely. So this is released, like I said, 20 years ago, tomorrow, actually. Today,
Wow.
it's December 15th, depending on when this airs, but it'll be a full 20 years as to date.
Here I am, catching up.
Right? The budget of the film was $18 million. Opening weekend, it did $12.5 million, which it was in theaters for 15 weeks, and it was at number 3 in the U.S., which is pretty high considering.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of films come out around Christmas and the holidays, so that being number 3, absolutely love it.
Yeah, I agree. I think a film like this, it has big name cast, but it's not necessarily a huge audience draw, or it is for maybe a week or two, literally right at Christmas time, and then box office wise just kind of fades away. So that's great.
Right. And honestly, you think you're getting a look inside of somebody's family during the holidays, and you kind of just wonder are they like my family, or are we different? And that's what a big thing that I love about this movie.
Sure.
So in the US, it did 60 million,
Mm.
a little over 60 million. Foreign box office, it did 32 million. And then worldwide, a whopping $92.2 million.
That's great. That's great. That is great for a film like this, especially in 2005. Like,
Absolutely.
I love that.
I was genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
What's the history that you have behind this film?
Whew. All right. So my history with The Family Stone, I was very well aware of the film when it came out. I don't know what was going on in my life when we were seniors in high school where I was like, I'm not going to go see that movie. Because like I said earlier, it had the recipe for all the things that I love. You know, Sarah Jessica Parker was riding her high ending Sex and the City, and Diane Keaton is, hello, Diane Keaton. Dermot
Yes.
Mulroney is, I mean, I love My Best Friend's Wedding, so it's
Same.
one of my favorites. Claire Danes is phenomenal, of course. I remember loving her in so many films in the 90s, early 2000s. So again, it had the recipe for everything that I love, but I don't know why. I like holiday movies. Sometimes feel like they all fall into this formula of storytelling for the holidays. So I don't know if I was caught up in the idea that it was going to feel like just the run-of-the-mill Christmas story, like we've seen it before. Well,
Yes.
I feel like that's why. So my history with it is I was very well aware of it. I had owned it for probably many, many years, but I've never watched it. Yeah. Weird.
So you had the DVD just ready and waiting for you to watch for this moment.
So I've never owned it physically, but I did buy it probably like 10 years ago on Apple. And I was always like, I'm going to watch this. Yeah. Like I'm going to watch this one day. And every Christmas I go to hit play and I go to something else. I go to The Grinch.
The Grinch. No, I genuinely feel that, but this is a movie that I watch year round and not even during Christmas. 'Cause yes, it is a Christmas film. Because it's based around Christmas time. But I think it's a lot more than just like a Christmas movie.
After seeing the film, wholeheartedly agree with you.
Okay. Nice. I love that.
Good job.
Yeah.
Reaction shot approved.
Yeah. So a little backstory on this film. So Thomas, he wrote it and directed it. He was inspired over the overhearing at a holiday party, I believe it was, somebody saying, I fucking hate her. And it just struck up the idea of clashing personalities or somebody being put into the family during the holidays. And he decided to write about it. And I thought that was really funny because sometimes I will sit during the holidays and you're just looking around, watching everybody interact. And you're like, this could be a movie.
Oh, yeah.
And he made it into one.
He did. That's a good origin story. I didn't know that. And just a simple phrase, I fucking hate her, to know that it came from something so simple that most of us, especially me, have probably said at some point in time recently, maybe today. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and originally during production, the working title was called Fucking Hate Her. So could you imagine this movie being called that? I feel like it would have been obviously it would have been a PG-13 Christmas movie.
Sure. Yeah, that would not
rated
be
R.
Definitely rated R. I could see like it saying like fucking hating her, just, like a Christmas tree, replacing the U and fucking, or maybe just say fecking hating her.
Fecking.
Go back up.
Yes, I love a callback to the last episode of ours. Okay, let me give you the synopsis of The Family Stone.
Okay.
So it is about a family. The Family Stone is a holiday dramedy about an uptight businesswoman, Meredith Morton, visiting her boyfriend Everett's free-spirited eccentric family for Christmas in Connecticut, hoping for an engagement, but instead clashing with the liberal clan, especially when her own sister Julie arrives, leading to an unexpected romance in the revealing revolution that the family monarch Sybil has terminal cancer, shifting the focus from simple holiday hijinks to deeper themes: love, loss, and family acceptance.
That sums it up pretty well, for sure.
It does.
That's the perfect way to describe the film and putting a tight little bow on it. And like this is what you get. And
Yes.
check us out to see all the chaos in between.
Yes. Absolutely love it. All the laughter.
And tears.
So many tears. I sob at this movie all the time because my history with it, which whenever I was trying to think of when I actually watched this movie, I want to say it was because I never saw it in theater. I just saw it on DVD. I want to say I probably saw it within the next year or maybe even before, because in 2005, it's so weird how we have to change how we say stuff.
Hey, 2025 for me, guys. It's,
Right. In 2005, my grandmother passed away, so I had like a crazy connection with this movie without realizing it, which I found out doing the research and watching it again this season.
Well, I do want to say that, of course, I'm sorry about the loss of your grandmother. You know, even though it was long ago, I do apologize. But I think that's one of the great things about film, especially you not realizing that and kind of going back and when researching the movie being like, this is why this film meant so much to me then. And this is where I'm at now.
Yeah. It was a very nice little bow because unfortunately, rewatching this movie during this time, Diane Keaton passing away back in August or October, I believe, has a really large impact on the fans of this movie and the writer and director of it, because he is now speaking of writing a sequel to pay tribute to Diane Keaton's memory and character to this film.
Yeah, I remember when the sad news came out about Diane's passing, they, not long after, the director and writer did mention that he wanted to, try to get everyone together for a sequel to honor her. And I thought that was a pretty great idea. Of course, I knew, it's been this long, guys. Spoiler alert, Diane Keaton's character does pass away in the film. I was well aware of that. Them wanting to honor her that way by doing something like this, especially because the Family Stone is so well known. I mean, I made a post about watching it for the first time the other day, and I got so many messages, like hate mail pretty much, like, you've never seen it. People were yelling at me. I almost had to turn my comments off. It was,
right?
It was a disaster. But
brutal.
I think that's a great way to honor her, and what better way to get that cast back together to tell a story that, and it's not just being thrown together for no reason. Like, it works. They're still a family, I assume.
Yes.
Them all getting back together years after her passing in the film and obviously passing in real life is a great way to honor her for sure, because, man, Diane Keaton was a legend.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's so many films that I grew up watching with her, and I will for the rest of my life. Like, she is the golden, just classic.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
What are your 3 favorite Diane Keaton films? Go.
The Family Stone.
What?
Because I said so. Surprise. Because I said so, and Father of the Bride 2 are probably my top ones that I watch a lot.
Gotcha.
What about yours?
Mine are Hanging Up. If you ever saw that.
No.
Oh, you should see it. It's really good.
Okay.
I don't know why we're whispering. ASMR. Hanging Up is a fantastic film. I really, really enjoyed that film. Definitely recommend it. It does as well deal with loss. It's a dramedy. Leans a little bit more into comedy, I feel, than The Family Stone does, but has that same type of feel to it. I also love Marvin's Room, with
Never seen that
Leo.
either.
Ooh, you
Okay.
got to watch that one. Marvin's
Okay.
Room is really, really, really good. All the acting in that film is fantastic. And Something's Gotta Give is my other favorite.
Okay. With Jack Nicholson.
Yes, because Jack Nicholson is one of my favorite actors, and their chemistry in that film is so good. So those are my three favorite.
Absolutely love it. Let's do a breakdown of ranking 1 to 10 of this film.
Okay.
So, acting. What did you think about it?
Acting, I give it 8. I think the acting to me is really good. We're dealing with a bunch of people who really give their all in a role. I see a lot of hate for Sarah Jessica Parker online in this film. I
Yeah.
don't know if people are getting sucked into the character or if people are getting sucked into her, actually rating her actual acting. I think Sarah does a great job. That's just my opinion. For the most part, I think everyone does a really good job. There is some moments where I feel it's a little flat, but I think that has to do with the writing, not so much the acting. It feels a little flat to visualize on surface level, but I think there's more to it than just that. So I give it an 8.
Okay. Okay. I gave it a 9. I agree with what all you said. I actually saw more hate towards the family
Mm.
because of how they treated Sarah Jessica Parker's character,
Yep.
which I get, but that's also like a family dynamic, which we'll get into talking about that.
Yeah.
But I think everybody did a great job. The banter between the cast members, and you can tell they like worked on building a relationship, which the director wanted them to do. Because like he had them do, I want to say it was a couple weeks before they started filming. Um, they had he had them get together just to build a family dynamic that could be seen in real life.
I agree with you. I think the dynamic of the family felt realistic. He did a really good job of making that come to life.
Yes, for sure. What did you think about the directing?
The directing, I gave a 7. I don't think there was anything that stood out in terms of amazing shots or anything, but at the same exact time, we're dealing with a family dramedy here. We're spending most of our time inside of houses or inside of a bar or sitting in a car. So there's not a lot of crazy set locations to really go all out. Yeah, so I give it a 7.
Okay. I gave it a 9. Because I feel like there's so many moving parts because there's so many family members, and you're getting people's real reactions to like things happening. For instance, the dinner scene. You're just popping around because Meredith can't figure out what she's trying to say, and everybody's just staring at her like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You need to stop.
Shut
So,
up.
yeah, like stop talking. And you would think in her brain she would have been like, I have to stop. I have to. And she's like, no, let me just dig a little deeper.
I got to get it out, but I'm not going to do it the right way.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yes. But I enjoyed like stuff like that, or the sequence where Everett and Ben are running throughout the house because he's not trying to get beat up by his brother as a full-blown adult.
Full blown adult. Yeah, it's definitely taking that into consideration. You know, dinner scene. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of characters stuck in one space. So I never felt as though it was moving too fast. Sometimes in sequences like that, when you have a lot of moving parts, as you said, sometimes it feels like a little music video like. I can't talk
Yes.
today, and you're kind of jumping around so much where it's just like your eyes can't even focus on what's happening. I'll stick with a 7. You just sold it for what you're giving it, and you have a good eye for why it was well done.
Well, thank you.
Killing it.
What about the story and the screenplay of it all?
A 5.
A 5? Why?
You sound so sad.
I know.
I don't know. I've gone back and forth about this a lot. I think this is my biggest problem with the movie. I love that he wrote it and I love that he directed it. I think
Mm-hmm.
sometimes those are the best stories to tell.
Yes.
And I think he had a better eye for bringing it to life than he did for writing it out. I read pieces of the script, and when they started shooting the scripts, like when they actually started shooting the film,
Mm-hmm.
it was decided that instead of being called fucking hate her or hating her, the studio obviously intervened, most likely with the fucking part. So it was called hating her. So while they were filming the movie, they were like, yeah, we're making this movie called Hating Her. And it wasn't until almost like it was at the end, they were like, all right, the Family Stone makes more sense. Let's jump into that. Reading pieces of that script, I feel he did a really good job of making sure that everyone was involved, which it definitely shows on screen too.
Yeah.
But some of the execution, and this is just my opinion, I am not a certified film critic by any means or a screenplay a certification guy. There's probably plenty of people that don't agree with me, but I felt like watching the film, if I was listening to just the dialogue and assuming this is what's written on the page, I felt like things weren't made super clear, or how they brought brought ideas into the story kind of felt like it came out of nowhere, and you were supposed to know this, or you're supposed to feel a certain way because they're telling you to. Again, I think it translated better on screen than on page, but that's where the movie clunked out a little bit, is the writing. Sorry.
No, it's okay because you saying that makes more sense of some of the scenes. Like how if you wanted to take out scenes and or change them, I understand what you mean by that because of the some of the dialogue, for instance, between Julie and Everett.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you
Mm-hmm.
wonder, like, what are you like? There's a story missing. Like, there's something missing to the reason why there's so much intention from Everett towards Julie, and you're just like, how did we even get here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? So I understand what you mean. How like the clunkiness of the writing.
I feel like this movie would have worked better, and I'm not talking down on the film. I just think the movie would have done better if it was fleshed out, and it would have been better as a longer movie. I think this movie suffered for its runtime, and that I was too short. My opinion.
Interesting. I really well, but it also is even more interesting because of them keeping the title Hating Her. I think it changes the, I guess, not dynamic. What is the word? Changes the energy of what everybody's putting towards Meredith. So that actually makes more sense to why everybody is so like going at her, because what it was called was we hate her. Like we're gonna hate on her as much as we can. So
Yeah, I
that's very
felt.
interesting that
Yeah,
it changes the film a lot.
yeah,
Opposed
I
to the
think.
Family Stone, like accept this human being into our family, but somebody else is not going to be here anymore. So like there's, is he doing it for the right reasons
Mhm.
type of vibe, which they're trying to portray.
Yeah.
And they do in some aspects of it, but okay. I see what you're putting down. I see what you're putting down.
Mhm.
I get
What
it.
did you give it? What did you give it?
I mean, originally I gave it a 9.
Okay. Don't let me dampen it.
Oh, no. It's not dampening it. It's making me see it a little more clear, because
Okay.
everybody always asks me like, why do you love this movie so much? I'm like, I don't know. I just love it. It's just
Sure.
ingrained in my soul. But yes, I can also critique it,
Hell yeah.
you know? What about comedy?
Comedy, I gave a 6.
Okay.
I felt like some of the comedy felt too forced.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I think again, this is just my opinion. It's a dramedy. It's the same thing that I say about Almost Famous as well, which we all know is my favorite film. Sometimes the comedy to me, I'm like, it didn't really need to be there. It
Hmm.
was there for whatever. Like, there was some, I love awkward comedy, which I'm not relating this to Meet the Parents at all, but the one thing I love about Meet the Parents is that awkward comedy of, I felt like it leaned too much into slapstick, like trying to be like that slapstick comedy as opposed to the awkward comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the time, but in some moments. And it kind of brought me out of the feeling a little bit. I would have liked it to lean a little bit more into the drama.
Okay.
You hate
Okay.
me.
I didn't know. I don't hate you. But like, cause I understand what you're saying. Comedy for me, I probably ranked it a little too high. I put it at a 10, but here's why. Because there's a lot of subtle, funny moments that you're just like, oh my God, these people are hilarious.
Yep.
So I think it bumps it up, but I understand what you're saying. Like sometimes it's a little too forced. I feel like Ben's character a lot, not necessarily forces to be funny, but him being so awkward, you're like, are you trying to do that to be funny? Or are you being serious? Like, I don't know.
Like, come on, man. What are you
Figure it
doing?
out. What
Figure
are
it
you
out.
doing? What are you like? There's a lot of what are you doing scenes for him.
Absolutely.
What about drama?
Drama, I give a 6. I
Okay.
feel they should have leaned into the drama more. Okay.
Yes.
When I watched it the first time, I'm not going to lie to you. When I watched it the first time,
You're like,
I
I
was
hate
kind
it.
of like, no, I didn't know how to feel. I
Yeah.
felt like I was supposed to be feeling one way, but also knew that I was supposed to feel another way. Like I felt like the film
Yeah.
was trying to tell me, have fun, be silly, but we're going to have, a very serious thing happening and we're going to have a loss and grief. But I feel like there was, in my opinion, and I've only watched it twice. I didn't get the grief. I didn't get the sadness from it because I felt like whenever they brought that into the storyline, other than one scene, it just kind of felt like kind of like the humor, like, oh, we're going to put this here because this is how you're supposed to feel. And then we're going to go to the next scene. It sounds like I'm hating on the movie, but I'm really not. But the scene when Diane Keaton's in bed with Craig T. Nelson and she opens up her shirt and we see that she had the surgery for her cancer, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel anything from that scene. But I felt like I was supposed to.
I
It
don't think you
felt
were,
I
or
I
at least not with them. Because I'd say I didn't necessarily feel anything when that happened. But
and I
continue
feel
what
like
you were saying.
that was a moment that I would have introduced it differently or written it to work out differently, because I feel like it should have been like a scene where, like, what did that scene mean to you?
So honestly, I think that scene was more with Susanna than
Mhm.
anything because she's watching, what is that movie called? St. Louis? I don't know. Actually, I'm not even going to try to name what it's called.
I forget, but I know what you're talking about. Meet Me in St. Louis? Is it Meet Me in St. Louis?
The Judy Garland movie.
Yeah.
So Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is the song that plays.
Mhm.
Because I feel like that was more so, I don't know. I guess it was like kind of jumping everybody's like where they were at that moment. But
Mhm.
I don't necessarily, because I don't think I felt anything. I felt bad for him. And
Mhm.
I felt sad for her because she's like I'm scared type deal.
Sure.
So, but I don't know. I that scene, to me, I associate that scene more with Susanna
Okay.
than anything.
No, it's good. And that's why I love talking about movies, because I didn't connect with that scene at all. And next time I watch this movie, I might see exactly where you're coming from and look at it in a different
Mm-hmm.
perspective. But both times I watched it, it's kind of like, okay,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel that. But also, too, like, why I say Susanna, because the scene between her and Kelly, and he's like, are you coming up to bed? And she's like, no, this is my favorite part. And he says, Merry Christmas, my Susanna. And she says, Merry Christmas, Daddy. Like, immediate tears. I will sob for the rest of my life at that scene because it makes me think of my dad. And I'm just like,
uh,
I love him.
Oh, well, yeah, and that's good too. And I think that's the power of filmmaking too. You know, when doing research, you remembered that your grandma passed away around the same exact time this movie had came out. You know, your relationship with your dad, and like I am very close with my family. You know, we're all very close people. I didn't get any of those emotions from a lot of those scenes, but I'm glad that you did, and I
Yeah,
think that's why films are important. So, but I
agreed.
will say the one scene they did great with the drama, one of the ones that really stuck out to me was when Sarah Jessica Parker's character is giving them all the Christmas gifts that she had made. I thought that was really well done. I thought the pacing, I thought the acting, I thought Sarah did great in that scene. Rachel McAdams' tears, Diane Keaton's reaction, it actually being a photograph of Diane Keaton when she was younger, she
I
wasn't actually
know.
pregnant. I thought that scene was done really well. So that really sticks out for me. I think the drama's there. I think the comedy's there. I just feel like it was a little misbalanced on how it was presented, in my opinion.
I feel that. And a lot of
Shut up,
people
dude.
agree with you because I read that a lot. Because they were
Oh, did
like,
you?
you're like getting whiplash. And you're like, what's happening?
Yes. Yeah.
I get it, but I get so distracted by just like my love for it. I don't know.
No, it's great. No, and don't let me change any points of view of that.
I won't. It's okay.
Okay.
What about romance? What do you think about romance?
Girl. What's the next question? No, I'm
I'm
just kidding.
dying. Right? But
Okay.
honestly,
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
yeah,
The
yeah, yeah,
romance.
yeah.
The romance. Hmm. I give it a 3. This is not like the whole getting together with your brother sister thing. Like this is the 90s and 2000s. This shit was happening. I don't look at it from that perspective. But way I do look at it as, and you kind of alluded to this earlier, when Everett and Julie, right? Everett and Julie.
Yes. Yes.
Whenever they start getting feelings for each other all of a sudden, and then all it's like, I felt like the director was supposed to be like, this is our big beautiful romance, and I just felt like that shit came out of nowhere, and because it almost feels like the second that Claire Danes is introduced, all of a sudden it's just like these two are meant to be together, which I get is what they're trying to do with the story. Like, obviously he was mismatched with Sarah Jessica Parker's character, but it just, she steps off the bus and all of a sudden he's just like, oh man. And the whole movie is just like this awkward, constant, like, I'm falling for you. And then they allude to the fact that Sarah Jessica Parker's picking up on it, which is fine, but it's just like, how is she picking up on that? Like, where did this come from? Where, I don't know. I feel like it needed more backstory there. I feel like it either shouldn't have been the first time that he ever met her or whatever, but
Agreed.
I
Yeah.
just, I couldn't, I didn't ship them, as the kids say. I did not ship that couple. I was, I was cool with Owen Wilson and Sarah Jessica Parker. That felt a little bit more believable, I guess you would say. I still think there needed to be a little bit more time, which is why I think this movie should have been a little bit longer. Even if the movie started with like a previous Christmas where the family was together and Sarah Jessica Parker maybe didn't want to go to the Stones house, and you know that he meets Claire Danes because he goes to her house and they have like a little Christmas shindig and something really funny happens, and that's how the movie starts. And now it's like, well, now it's time to meet the family, like meet my family.
Yeah.
And something like that. So I couldn't. Yeah.
No, I get it. I get it. I will give like the film itself, romance, a very low score. I gave it a 4, but
Mm,
I also love Thaddeus and Patrick.
sure. Yeah.
Those two, I ship them hard.
Perfect.
Absolutely adore.
I agree.
And Brad and Amy. Like that was cutesy
That,
towards
you
the
know what?
end.
That was cute. Yeah. And you're correct. Both of those couples, they made sense. I love, you know, he, what's his name? Brad.
Brad
As you literally
Stevenson.
just said it and I couldn't remember it. But yeah, when Brad showed up at the house with like gifts and stuff and like her reaction, and I love that. Yeah, that was good. Okay, I'll give it a 4. Stop yelling at me.
Okay. Oh, hey, I love that you
What a
bumped it
Christmas
up.
gift. Yeah.
What about the soundtrack?
Soundtrack, I don't really, I mean, I feel like the score is really great for being a holiday movie, I didn't feel like there was like a ton of Christmas songs,
There wasn't.
which is fine. I think the use of the Christmas song that they used was really well done. Like you said, the scene with Susanna. I thought that song itself it comes off as an emotional moment. Soundtracking a sequence of scenes to that song was a good choice for emotion.
Nice. Wait, what number did you give it?
Did I say a number?
I don't think you
I'll say,
did.
man, I suck at this. A 6.
You do not suck at this. How can you suck at your own job?
Listen, I'm my own boss and I suck today.
No, stop it. You're doing great.
Thanks.
So I'm a sucker for Christmas music. If anybody knows me, I listen to it year round, which a lot of people hate. But like specific Christmas, no. I have my little lights. They're coming undone.
I love them.
My Christmas decorations, Winter Wonderland. I keep it up until March or April.
That's okay.
Depending on when the snow actually goes away.
Nothing wrong with that. But so you like so you listen to Christmas music year round?
I do. Don't judge me. But the soundtrack I think is fantastic. I gave it a 10. This composer who has a fire resume, Michael Giacchino, I think how you say it. I don't know. Oh, Lord. But he composes music for the show Lost.
Oh.
Which I said, what? I love that. So we got Lost, The Incredibles, Star Trek, 2009, 13, and 15, Monte Carlo, Dawn of Planet of the Apes, Rogue One, Thor, Love and Thunder, to name a few.
Yeah, those are some good credits.
Yeah, and I want to say Family Stone was his first film.
Definitely a little diverse too.
He said, you know what? I'm just gonna across the board. But the fact that he does Lost, have you ever seen Lost?
Absolutely, I love Lost.
Love it. Love Lost, and I can hear it in my brain right now.
Same.
It makes me smile. So I love him even more for the soundtrack. So I gave it a 10.
Good job, man, with the last name we don't know.
Yes, but I'm pretty sure that's how you. I don't even know.
No, I think it's great. You did good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the rewatchability of this film, what do you think about that?
Rewatchability, I would definitely, for myself, probably a 7, but I'm going to say 8 for everyone else. It does what a holiday movie should do. It does what a breezy family dramedy does. It's an easy watch. You pop it in. The plot starts right away. You go through a bunch of storylines. There's a lot happening. So even if you just connect with one storyline, that's why it's kind of easy to revisit things like that. You can be like, oh, I can't wait for that Brad storyline to kick in, you know? Yeah, I give it an 8. It's rewatchable.
Yes. I gave it a 10 because
What?
of how often I do actually watch this movie.
Brittany's like, I actually rewatch it all the time, so why would I say anything other than a 10? I get it.
I do, and I talk about it all the time, and people are like, why do you always talk about that movie?
No, you've definitely talked about it. You talked a lot about it with me, too, and I've never had the nerve to be like, I've never seen it.
I mean, most people haven't. And I'm like,
that's crazy.
You should just watch it. And then I say, it is a little depressing. And they're like, well, then why would I watch it? I'm like, because it's still good.
Yeah,
regardless.
Or say less. You tell me that, I'm just like, hell yeah, I'm press play.
Right? Like, just strap me in.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? So, to rate overall, what would you give this film?
Brittany, are you asking for my overall reaction shot?
I sure am.
My overall rating of the film, I would give it a 6.5.
Okay. I feel like that's what the audience in general, I believe on Rotten Tomatoes, gave it a 63%. Critics gave it a 52%. So you're in the pocket.
Yeah. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I am nitpicking from more of like a critique type of way. Again, it's a breezy film. You can pop in and even put on the background and still chime in at different scenes and still have a good time with it. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Agreed.
What do you give it, Brittany?
Naturally, I give it a 10. I'm
Oh,
not even gonna. I'm not even gonna front. I'm gonna play.
I had no idea.
Right? I just genuinely enjoy this movie. I enjoy the banter between the characters, and we'll talk about like really big scenes that you're just like, every time you see it, it just grabs you. So that's why I gotta give it a 10.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
good old 10.
Um,
Okay.
okay, so what should I talk about the cast in general? Like who they are, who they play.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, the cast for The Family Stone, we have Diane Keaton, who plays Sybil. She is
Hmm,
the matriarch of the family. Craig T. Nelson plays Kelly. I believe he is the mediator of the family.
sure.
Um, Dermot Mulroney is the eldest brother named Everett. He is the one bringing home Meredith, who's
Hmm,
played by Jessica Parker, to meet the family. We got Luke Wilson, who I believe is the middle child of the family of 5, because I want to say it goes Everett, Susanna, Ben, Thaddeus, Amy.
Yeah. I think Amy's
In my
definitely the
brain.
youngest, right? Yeah.
Amy, yeah, because Sybil says, "Good morning, my youngest child,"
Yeah. You're right. And the
before she
photo
talks
was,
about how Brad popped her cherry. Yes. And the
yeah.
photo was of her and Amy. So we have Sarah Jessica Parker plays Meredith. Luke Wilson plays Ben, the middle child. Claire Danes is Julie, who is Meredith's sister. We got Brian J. White. Yeah. What are my words? Brian J. White, who plays Patrick. He's my favorite. That is Thaddeus's husband. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
married.
Yep.
Husband. Rachel McAdam plays Amy, the baby of the family. And then Elizabeth Reeser plays Susanna, who is the calm of the family, I believe. Tyrone Gennardo, Lord, sorry, again. He plays
Yeah.
Thaddeus. He's my favorite
Yeah.
also,
He's,
because him and Patrick, they are, I love them. And then Michael, who's played by Jamie Keller, who is Susanna's husband. We don't see him, or
no.
not Michael, John. His name is John. We don't see him until the very, very end, but she's
Yeah.
talked about, which is weird because, like, what's even the point? But that's neither here nor
Yeah.
there.
I feel like she mentioned multiple times. She was like, he's coming. And I was like, girl, there's about
Right? It's like,
15
is
minutes
that
of
your
this movie.
snuffleupagus?
When's he coming? When's he showing up?
Yeah. Yeah. And then Paul Schneider plays Brad, who is Amy's love interest.
The cherry popper. Got it.
The cherry popper. Yep. Which, that scene where she goes, "Mom, could you not?"
Yeah. I thought it was crazy when she said that in front of a complete stranger, like no prude or anything. But when she said that, I was just
Yeah,
kind of
but
like,
like, it's
the
like you
hell?
just met this person and you already know
Yeah.
that I don't like her. So why are we
She's like,
talking about this?
he's the one who popped your cherry. And I was like, oh my God, Mom, calm down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely wild. So what are so speaking of that moment, what are your favorite or memorable scenes that you found in the film?
I love when Meredith is making the food and the mushroom conversation comes up about the allergy. I don't know what it is.
She's like, "I
Sarah Jessica
didn't
Parker, when she
know."
goes, I didn't know. Did you know that was improvised? That she did that to be silly?
I did not, but I absolutely love it. And that's probably why Luke Wilson is so caught off guard that he starts like laughing.
Yes, and like, I love that because it just felt so like genuine, like a real family moment. But yeah, when she said that, just hilarious. I think this is probably a cliched thing to say, but the scene when all the chaos is happening towards the end of the film, and Sarah Jessica Parker's pulling the food out of the refrigerator, and then all the falling and slipping into the food happens because, I feel like this whole family has been trying to make. I feel like everyone's been trying to make this these few days perfect, and everything was kind of going wrong. And it does lean into the slapstick stuff that I was talking about earlier, but it still worked in that moment. I think it definitely made me laugh quite a bit. I really liked the scene at the dinner table where they're talking about nature versus nurture, and it really, and by liking it, I mean it made me so uncomfortable, and the charades game made me really uncomfortable. I just remember sitting there, I was like, oh my God, and I was like, shut up. And
Yeah.
the acting for everyone in
But
both
also,
of those
Amy
scenes.
really good.
No, I think the acting in both of those scenes are really well done, which makes the uncomfortability even better. And Amy Adams is like Regina George times 10 in both of those scenes.
Uh-huh.
Well, specifically the charade scene, but I enjoyed those scenes because I feel like what was happening felt authentic, and it made me very uncomfortable.
Agreed. Yes. I believe that she was just poking. She was just poking her. Because the fact
Yep.
that, like, especially specifically this charade scene, I personally don't think that Meredith was purposefully pointing at Patrick. But the fact that Amy took that upon herself, and then when Patrick is like, nice, Amy, like,
Yeah.
chill, dude. Like, don't bring me into your nonsense because you don't like her. Don't drag me into this bullshit. So
Yeah.
that whole dynamic, I agree. I really like that scene as well.
Yeah.
One scene I do really like is when Meredith is talking about how her and Everett met, and they are in the car, they're out of the car, they finally get back into the living room and they're all eating pizza. And Amy goes, your tie's crooked. And he goes, stop. And then Sybil goes, would you just take that goddamn tie off already?
So
Because
funny.
he's just being so, like, uptight and perfect for people who he doesn't need to be perfect around, which Sybil tells him, like, stop being so, like, you don't have to be so perfect. And I think that scene itself just shows the dynamic of, like, his relationships with his siblings. I really like that. And, like, Susanna's like, what'd you guys talk about? And he just looks at her like, don't do this. Not you two.
For real. Another thing that I really like too, another scene, and it might be cliched as well, but I do like how they did the ending of the film. 1 year in the future, the next Christmas, the next holiday. I like that they were subtle with it. We didn't go through this long, extravagant, like, she's slowly dying, and, she's in the hospital bed. Not that those aren't welcomed in films about, people getting ready to pass away and people getting the chances to say goodbye. But I think how they ended the film, I will say it's probably a favorite scene of mine too, because it was effective enough by just telling the story through dialogue. Like, we understand she's not there.
Agree. Another scene that I absolutely love because it just, it's like it's a shank and a twist.
Yep.
Because the movie starts with Sybil staring at the tree, holding that ornament. And it ends with them all staring at the tree, Elizabeth, the youngest of the family, finding the ornament, giving it to Meredith, who gives it to Amy. So it's like kind of not passing the torch, but like, it's like, no, this isn't my tree. This is your tree. And Susanna says, good tree, daddy. And because like, you can see how less chaotic the house is without Sybil being there. So, like, she brought, like, the life into the house. And then everything is not, like, dull, but it's just very simple and subtle. So for them to all come back, nothing's really decorated because they're all decorating together. And then Amy putting the ornament on the tree. And she just like takes that big sigh and just like, see ya, tears. And then you see the reflection of her and Brad in the picture of Sybil and her, just top tier. Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Ooh, another one where Meredith gives the photo to the family, and that whole sequence.
It's a great scene.
So good, where Sybil tells her that she did good, and you can tell like she's finally being accepted into a family that she clearly wants to be accepted by.
Yeah.
But like she has to be herself in order to do it, and she just doesn't know who she is, like Kelly says. But like that scene where Amy finally like breaks down her, or really pulls off her mask and says like she wants to say she's sorry, but she can't find the words because she's so emotional about the photo. It's so good. And when Brad gets really awkward, where she's like, I slept with your brother, and he goes, oh. It's like the in-between funny. That's the comedy that I love. Like that awkward laugh, everybody's silent, and nobody looks at you because like clearly something else is happening.
Yes.
But he's just like, oh wait, this is for real.
Yeah, I think prime example of the type of comedy that I like, that awkward humor, is when Claire Danes puts the ring on and she can't get it off. Oh my God, just put this ring on, she can't get it off. This is the sister.
Which, why would he do that? Why would he do that? Why would he do that?
He made some dumb decisions. Yeah, he made some decisions. I don't like him.
Yeah, and I've been not on the other end of that before, but kind of, and it's weird. Don't ever do that. Don't ever put your engagement ring on somebody else's hand.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's strange. It's so
strange. PSA.
So
don't
weird.
Do that, guys.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Let's talk about reviews. Okay. Did you find any good reviews, bad ones, obnoxious ones?
You know me, gotta find the dramatics. All right, so here's one.
Always.
This one is on Internet Movie Database by Happy Bunny. They gave it a 1 out of 10. And the title of the review is A Movie with an Identity Crisis. This movie was boring and did not know what kind of movie it wanted to be. Total mess of a film. It had comedic moments that were very forced, and the dramatic moments felt soulless. The story and premise could have been interesting, but the characters were not relatable and did not have personalities at all. Everything was very monotonous. Zero character. No development. Lastly, there was pretty much no music in the movie, and it was very strange. There was a few Christmas songs in 2 or 3 scenes, and it felt like a half-done movie. A waste of my time and money. I recommend Dan in Real Life instead. It is a true comedy and drama with characters that grow and change from beginning to end, while also being very entertaining. Okay, I had to pick this review.
Have you ever seen Dan in Real Life?
Yes, and I was like, what? That's why I picked this review, because I'm like, I don't understand what's happening.
Like, I don't understand if they understand what that movie Dan in Real Life like was about. And what do you mean there wasn't any music? There's music in the background.
Right. And I think the only thing that I had to say that was quasi similar to that was just, I was surprised there wasn't as much Christmas songs, like Christmas music. But again, there was, like I said, the score of the film that we've talked about, it's there, it's present. So there is music. You're just not hearing, you're just mad you're not hearing all lyrics. The Christmas songs.
Yeah. And I think, I wonder, do people not understand like the score of a film is music?
A happy bunny is not a happy bunny.
Happy bunny is not a happy bunny.
I have another one. It's also a 1 out of 10 because those always seem to be the most fun to read because people are silly. This is from Rock 591255167. I hope that's their phone number. The title of the review is Even the Cast Can't Carry This Dud, Even from Android SJP. This person says, shockingly bad. If this wasn't Christmas themed, it's a movie that would never ever be heard from again. Consider the director only made one more movie before, not being allowed to make any more after. Even the worst Hallmark movie raises miles above this, and this feels like an insult to Hallmark. However, for the first movie ever made starring an android attempting to be human, android Sarah Jessica Parker is almost notably human.
I'm confused. Why don't people like Sarah Jessica Parker? I'm like,
I don't know. A lot of people just say that she's like, it's kind of the same thing that Jennifer Aniston gets a lot. Everyone's just like, she's just playing the same character over and over again, but I don't agree with that. And that's a whole other podcast on its own.
Like, you're telling me that Sarah is the same, like Sarah from Hocus Pocus is the same as Meredith? You're lying. Shut up. You're lying to me.
I'm just
no.
Oh my gosh. Every time.
Could you imagine having to do that every scene?
No, my throat would hurt.
Yeah, right?
I wouldn't have this podcast voice. I'm just kidding. All right, I have one more to read. I flipped it. This is a 5 out of 5. This was on Letterboxd from someone named Nisa. And the review is, so utterly heartbreaking. I can't believe this is labeled as a comedy. This feels like grief wrapped in tinsel, like missing somebody so hard it physically hurts, especially on Christmas. There's always that empty space that they should be here thought that wouldn't leave my head. This is so cute and festive, but mostly just reminds me of how much I miss my family, how small it's gotten, and how some holidays are never really whole again. I hate that I took that for granted. Just so depressing.
I mean, listen, it is a depressing movie. I never lie. Like, whenever I tell people, I'm like, you should watch The Family Stone, it's great, but very depressing.
Well, you and Nisa will have a good conversation because she agrees. Her picture is very emo. She looks like Janine Garofalo in when Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
So I've never seen that, but now and then I know. I'm sorry.
Have a great day.
I know. I'll see you later.
See ya.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
This is the end, friend.
I know. I'm sorry. No, but have you ever seen Now and Then? She's very like gothy in that.
Yes. Yep. That's kind of what this girl looks like. So yeah.
Same vibe. That's what I was picturing with a little swoopy bang. Swoopy bang.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
That's it. I have those 3. I had to pick the dramatics.
I love it. I love the dramatics of it all. So I have 3 because I gave it such a high score. I had to kind of do the ones that like weren't great. And honestly, these reviews are kind of straight to the point. Jay from Cinema Writer, this was back in 2010. He gave it a 1.5 out of 4. And he said, a glob of Yuletide Play-Doh.
Wait, that's funny. Okay.
All right. Like,
perfect.
Don't be so disrespectful, my guy.
Oh, for real.
Play-Doh.
Yeah,
also,
don't be rude to Play-Doh.
I actually really like the smell of Play-Doh.
Well, hey, see? 'Tis the season. Holly jolly Play-Doh.
Yeah. Yuletide Play-Doh is so wild.
Yuletide dough.
Yeah, Yuletide dough.
Tinsel dough.
Tinsel dough, which...
Ho dough. It's fine. Everything's fine.
He's here. Ladies and gentlemen, he is here all night.
I am sleepy.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay. My other. So this review actually linked me to a podcast, which was 51 minutes long. I did not watch it, but I will because her little snippet, I need to know. She said, Rachel Wagner of Hallmarky's podcast, I just can't stand this group, and the ending is unbelievable.
What? Death and missing
What's
someone?
not unbelievable? Like, I'm confused. What's unbelievable about the ending?
Wait, this
Why
person
can't you stay in the
likes
group?
this person likes Hallmark movies?
Apparently.
Isn't
Apparently.
that unbelievable? Hallmark movies?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Yeah, that's a whole other podcast too.
I'll watch a Hallmark movie,
Mhm.
not like I'm not turning on the channel whenever I go over to my parents' house. My mom's watching it, and so I'll
Sure.
watch it. And she gets like real upset because I'll be like, "Oh, so what's gonna happen? She's gonna like get a bakery, and all of a sudden this man's gonna roll in, and they're gonna get married." She's like, "Stop!"
Yeah, he's like, I'll take a
It
cinnamon
happens
roll, and she's like,
every
this is fate. Yeah, I knew he was gonna get a
right
cinnamon roll.
every time. I'm just like, put it away. I can't.
God.
But no, when people categorize this as a Hallmark movie or not even as good as,
Yeah,
pump the brakes, kids.
yeah. That it's definitely way better than that.
Far
Everyone.
better than a Hallmark movie. And like some of the Hallmark movies aren't even bad. They're just Hallmark movies. But like this
Yeah.
movie, it was nominated for a Golden Globe. Give some respect to the name.
Yeah, Candace Cameron Burr's never had that. Anyway.
Exactly. Anyway. And then my other review, where did it go? My other review was through Entertainment Weekly. They said they related it to furniture and
What?
like yeah. So
Was it Owen Gilberman?
I don't know. I should have looked. Who is that man?
He's
You said a name real fast.
I was a big Entertainment Weekly reader throughout my life.
So the article said the following its release of the film, Entertainment Weekly described the family stone as a beautifully styled cashmere throw draped on an Eames chair, then a granny Afghan tossed on a barquet lounger. It's one of those like it kind of looks like a computer chair with an ottoman. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm confused. Like,
This
what do you
movie
mean?
reminds me of Levin's furniture. Like, what?
Right? And also, I love cashmere. Give me a cashmere throw.
Yeah.
Why are we hating on a granny lumpy Afghan? Like,
Yeah,
what are
leave
we
Granny
talking
alone.
about?
Let Granny enjoy.
Because that is a well-knitted blanket with love.
Pieced together very well. So yeah, what's happening? Okay.
Yeah.
That was definitely Owen Gilberman.
Has to be.
Gilberman.
I'll double check and I'll find it because now I'm curious.
I might be saying his last name wrong, but if his name's Owen, he's mean.
Yeah. Owen, fix your film goggles because
Yeah. They're bound too tight to your head, buddy.
Yeah. So Christmas songs. What's your top 5 Christmas songs?
Okay. Generally speaking, one of my favorite Christmas songs is probably my favorite because I usually love all variations of it is Last Christmas. I love Last Christmas.
Like by Wham?
Yeah. Listen.
My manager, because I was asking people at work, like
by Wham.
Like, what's your favorite Christmas song?
I saw that judgment through that computer.
I did. Well, because my manager, he was like, oh, my favorite Christmas song is Last Christmas by Wham. I said, are you being serious? He goes, absolutely. And then he played it.
Oh.
And I said,
that sounds like something I would do.
Yeah.
Like, wait.
And he said, oh, you don't like it? I'll play it again.
I will say, though, that my favorite version of Last Christmas, the one that I listen to all the time, is not Wham. Okay. It is actually Jimmy Eat World. That's my favorite version of the song.
Oh, I love their version. Yeah.
Yes. So that's the one I listen to all the time. I'm really not driving around listening to Wham, but they do play at work. They do play the Wham version and the Jimmy Eat World version. So I like the balance.
Oh, I love that.
I'm a sucker for Silent Night. I love Silent Night. Always have.
I have that on my list.
I
Oh
think
no, I
Silent.
don't. Just kidding.
Oh wow, I'm not
No.
batting
But I
very well
do. I
today.
do love Silent Night. I love singing Silent Night.
Just not good
Christmas
enough for
carols.
top 5. It's fine. Oh, okay. Anyway,
I know. Sorry.
uh, so I do love Silent Night. I think most variations are usually really well done. I usually end up liking bigger voice type people, JoJo, Christina Aguilera, people who put some soul and belt into it. So those are usually the versions that I jump into a lot. Speaking of Christina, her Christmas album is probably one of my favorites, and my favorite on there is definitely These Are the Special Times. So that would be another one of my favorite Christmas songs. These Are the
I wonder
Special
if I've ever heard
Times.
that.
It's really good. I'll Be Coming Home for Christmas. I love that. And I think I literally have like a really long list, but I don't know which ones are my favorite. I have a whole
That's
Christmas
fair.
playlist of ones that I love. The other one I'll give you is it's not one specific song, but Tori Kelly put out a really good Christmas album a couple years ago. I really like her songs. She has a couple original songs on there that feel like they could be timeless Christmas songs. I'll
Oh, I
throw that
love that.
on the list as well. And then Queen JoJo has her own as well. Not Siwa. Anyone who thought Siwa can just never listen to my podcast again. But JoJo has her own Christmas album, and her voice, she can sing anything. So all of hers are my favorite.
Agreed.
What are yours, Brittany? Are you going to say NSYNC?
All right.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Okay. All right. Chill. Okay. I mean that's on the list. Okay. That's fine.
Top 5 too, I'm sure.
So here's the thing about me and Christmas music. because I do listen to Christmas music year round. Not all the time, but I will. But there are certain songs that I can't listen outside of Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays by NSYNC would be one of them. So I have 2 separate 5s. One I will do because you did like more of the season Christmas rather than like Christmas in general, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I have Oh Holy Night by the cast of Glee.
Okay.
One of my favorites. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, NSYNC.
Mm-hmm. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. Number 2 is nuts. It's not something that I go out of my way to play.
No disrespect. You listen to it all year long. That's fine.
Touche. I have All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. Has to be on the list. A lot of people don't like it. I don't know why.
What is it?
All I Want for Christmas Is You. Mariah Carey.
Who?
What? Who? You know
I'm
who
just
that
kidding.
is. Stop it.
I think I've heard it once or twice.
Oh, I've been at bars where they ban it until the Christmas season because people play it so often.
That makes sense. I get it.
I don't know why you would want to ban that song.
Anyone who thinks it's a dumb song is not correct.
No, silly. They're silly. I have the Chipmunk song, Christmas Don't Be Late. Throwback to Almost Famous.
Absolutely.
By Alvin and the Chipmunks.
The start of the film, the Untitled.
Mm-hmm. And that is on Look Who's Talking Now. And that's why I know it. And I loved it since then. me and that movie and other songs. I know, sorry.
I'm going to send this to Cameron Crowe too.
Right? It's like, oh. But here's the thing. He was just using all the hit songs.
Yeah, he knew. He knew what's up.
He was in the vibe. He was in the vibe. And then I have Britney Spears, My Only Wish this year. Fix your eyeball.
That's a great top 4 you had. I love it.
Hey, sir. I love Britney Spears. I do. That's my girl. But like my year-round Christmas, we got The Bells of Christmas, Frank Sinatra and his children. So Frank Sinatra Jr., Nancy, Christina Sinatra, the Jimmy Joy Singers, and Orchestra. If you've never heard it, it's great.
so Lauren Drake, who's on the show often as well, she listens to Christmas music year round also. So I didn't know that you
I
guys
love
have that in
that.
common. I feel like she might have. I feel like last year, the year before, I asked her to pick 5 of her favorite Christmas songs to send to me, and I feel like that might have been one of them. Like, no lie.
Really? I
Yeah,
love that. I heard it a couple years ago and I was like, what is this song? And I've just loved it ever since.
oh yeah. Well,
There's something about
Lauren,
all of their voices combined. It's it just tickles
I'll
my
have to check
soul.
it out.
You do, you do.
Love a little soul tickler.
Yes. And then we got It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas with
Classic.
the version Perry Como and the Fontaine sisters. Love that version.
Yeah.
Carol of the Bells,
Hmm.
John Williams, Home Alone.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good pick.
And
right
like
there.
that song immediately, like I can hear it in my head. I see Kevin McAllister running across that church trying to get
Oh
home.
yeah. Oh
Top
god,
tier.
yeah. I'm picturing it.
And then the last song, the Christmas song "Merry Christmas to You" by Nat King Cole.
Perfect. Which is good. I'm
I'm
gonna
very
make a
big
little
into
playlist.
a little Christmas playlist. I love like old school, like Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, all those guys.
I respect it. I mean, I enjoy Christmas music, and I tend to listen to more modern stuff, I guess. But I have nothing against the older classics. I just feel like when I'm listening to Christmas music, it's like that more like upbeat. That's what I'm looking for. So, but I
Yes.
totally respect it. I get it.
And that's what I think, like, whenever I tell people, oh, I listen to Christmas music year round, they're like, and I'm like, no, not the upbeat stuff. I'm talking about,
Mhm.
like, the things
Yeah.
that you can, like, fall asleep to. It makes winter a little bit more tolerable
Okay,
to
that's
me.
fair. No, it's fair.
I love it. Oh, so throughout this movie, watching it, was there a sibling that you identified with the most? And if so, who?
Honestly, I was really thinking about this. There wasn't really a sibling that I identified with the most. I think Craig T. Nelson, the dad, was probably more so me. But I think the person that I really related to the most would be, I forget his name. That is his husband,
Patrick.
Patrick. I think how he was always kind of like, well, give her a second, guys. Like the way he would try to like make light of the situations when things got awkward, or he would like step in to try to like mediate what was happening. I feel like I'm more like him. The siblings were a little bit, all of them had like little pieces of me, I think, but none of them were me. Like Amy Adams, I'd like to say that I'm like her, but she's way too confrontational, and I'm never that straightforward bitchy to somebody unless they earned it. Like earned it.
Yes. Rachel McAdams.
Yeah. What did I say?
Because you said Amy Adams. Amy.
Whoops, just
But
kidding.
like
Amy.
her character's name is Amy. Her last name is Adams.
That's
So like,
I got real
McAdams.
confused.
Close
Yeah.
enough.
Oh my god.
It's okay. It's okay. But honestly, so funny that you mentioned Amy because I feel like I relate to her a lot. Not to
Yeah.
say that I go out of my way to be such a bitch.
Sure. No, I get it. Yeah.
But like, I feel like she's very protective of her family. She is the baby of the family. Even though my brother and I, there's just 2 of us, but I am very much the baby. So I'm just like, she's watching everybody. She wants to look out for her people.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's harder on people than the other ones in the family. I think
Yeah,
that's
I think your breakdown makes sense. If I had to pick a sibling, like if it literally was just like, no, Dave, like literally pick a sibling, it would definitely be her as well. I just couldn't relate to the overly confrontational part because you have to really push me to get
Yes.
to that point. So everything that you
Yes.
said, yeah, I feel like that's definitely me.
But it also makes you wonder what happened in New York. Like, clearly something happened with Amy first meeting Meredith whenever she was in New York with Everett. So it was like they were putting on the show and she probably didn't like her because like, what did you turn my brother into type deal?
Yeah.
That happens often.
Maybe we'll get more of a backstory in Family Stone too.
I wonder. That would be very interesting.
Yeah,
Like,
I need
what
it.
do you think the story would be if
I don't know. It's tough. I feel like it has to be done. I feel like this has to be done right. And I don't know how realistic it would be if everyone was. I don't want to say everyone
still
needs.
together?
Yeah. So, but you still got to bring everybody back. So you got to get creative with it.
Yes, yes. Like, did Ben and Meredith end up together?
Yeah.
Are Everett and Julie still together?
Right. We shall see.
Who knows? We shall see, indeed. 7 degrees? 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Hey, it could be 7 degrees. It's 7 degrees outside. So I think that's what you were getting at.
Oh, it's probably a negative something outside, actually. I'm not a winter girl. I'm not a winter person. I don't like it. It makes me
Me
sad.
either. Me either. But I do like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. And
Yes.
who did we choose, Brittany?
Let's get into it. We chose the one and only Diane Keaton.
R.I.P. Yes, Diane Keaton. So
R.I.P.
I actually have a pretty short one here, Brittany. I'm not gonna lie.
So do I.
Shit. So I have Diane Keaton in this wonder film called The Family Stone. She is also in a movie called Something's Gotta Give with Jack Nicholson, and Jack Nicholson is in A Few Good Men with Kevin Bacon.
I don't think I've ever seen A Few Good Men, but I've seen bits and pieces of A Few Good Men.
Haven't we all? Just kidding. I had to. It was the perfect joke.
But again, ladies and gentlemen, he is
Humor,
here
guys.
all night.
This is a comedy podcast today.
This is the comedy bit. So I have my 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon from Diane Keaton. So Diane Keaton is in this lovely film called The Family Stone with Luke Wilson, who plays in a movie called My Dog Skip with Kevin Bacon.
Oh, My Dog Skip. I love that movie. So sad.
I've never seen it.
Well, we can't do that on a podcast. I'll just cry the whole time. So just watch it and don't talk to me.
I know, but here's the thing about that. I already know what happens because it always happens in all of those films, and I'm not trying to like Marley and Me. Jokes.
It's the way that it plays out, though. It's just and him being younger, the focus being the kid and the dog, as opposed to, I mean, obviously Marley and Me is devastating as well, but, and I know there's kids involved as well. You know, the focus with that was the dog with Jennifer Aniston. Like, yeah, all of them.
Noted. I can't.
No dog movies.
No, they're Hachi. If you've ever seen that,
I haven't, and now I don't want to.
Yeah, like both versions are sob fest, but Richard Gere, yeah, Gere's just like, put me in the oven, turn it on high. Yeah, like I can't handle this, can't handle it. Yeah. So, is there anything else, like any big moments of The Family Stone that you feel that we did not touch on?
I think we touched on all of it. The two scenes that really stand out for me were just the awkward scenes of the charades and the dinner. I think that was really well done. They got into the conversation about nature versus nurture, and Amy being or the charade scene. Both of those scenes just made me feel uncomfortable. But I still think they were done well, because sometimes that's the way siblings are with other people, and I don't have siblings, but I've seen those things happen, and you probably have lived it.
I have. Like, it's me and my brother, so it's a different dynamic, but I also am really close with my cousins, and there's a lot of them, so yep. I've seen it. I've seen things could happen, and you're just like, all right, we're here for the ride.
Yeah.
We're here for the ride.
I'd be popping popcorn.
Right? That's when you find the youngest kid in the family and or dogs, and you just hang out with them because it's safe. Nothing safe. Crazy. Nothing crazy is going to happen. Like, you're not going to get caught in a conversation that you just don't want to be in.
Nope.
And honestly, like, I feel like The Family Stone, it shows just like the whole dynamic of a family. They absolutely love each other, but at the same time kind of can't stand each other, but they're always there for each other.
Yeah.
Especially like the girls, they're like, Everett, who is this person? Like, why are you bringing this girl in here? Quit it.
Yeah, I agree. I think the movie did a really good job of setting out what it meant to do. With my review of it, I felt like it was a little uneven in tone at times. I think it deserved to be a little bit longer. That extra 20 minutes could have given us a little bit more backstory or fleshed out some ideas of the scenes or character development a little bit better. But outside of that, I definitely enjoyed the movie. I have no problem rewatching it again down the road. And yeah, I understand why you like it, for sure.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot this whole part of the dinner conversation. I think my favorite piece of that, because it is a relatively long scene and there's a lot of topics talked about, but I think my favorite was whenever, like, Kelly freaks out, he slams his hands on the table, he's like, that's enough. Meredith leaves, Everett leaves, and she's trying to get Thad's attention, so she throws a fork and she says to him in sign language, which I absolutely love. That's a big thing about this film that I love, that they learn sign language. A lot of them didn't really do it all that well, so they didn't do it as often as Patrick's character.
I think it made it more realistic, though. I'm glad that everyone wasn't perfect.
I agreed, because there's one interview where Luke Wilson is saying how Craig T. Nelson, he's like, or no, I think it was Dermot Mulroney, was like, yeah, so he's trying to say Merry Christmas, and I think it's a C to do a wreath. And he's like, it's just a hard, and he was just like, what's happening? And he does it twice. And so he was like, I can't grasp this. But Diane Keaton, they said that she had hands of an angel. She did it a lot. Rachel McAdams, and you can see in the background whenever Patrick is talking to him while other people are speaking, but they're not the main focus. So if you're not paying attention to the background, you don't see that. But he does it quite often too. But she throws the fork and she says, I love you and you're more normal than any other asshole sitting at this table. And she turns to Ben and she goes, I need a fork. And he just hands her a fork. Another comedic, just very subtle.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was really well done. I think that whole scene is really good. I think it's important, and I think it holds up very well for today's culture. So,
yeah. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm glad.
And I'm glad you watched it.
Absolutely,
you should definitely throw it on just a list of Christmas things to watch.
Yeah. I'll definitely revisit it again. Like I said, I watched it twice for this podcast. I'll definitely revisit it, and I'll recommend it to my mom, see what my mom thinks about it. I highly doubt she's ever seen it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, so we'll see.
Does she watch the movies before she listens to these podcasts?
No, but after the podcasts are over, she's always like, you made me want to watch that movie. And I feel like this is something that she would probably respond to that with.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
So we'll see.
Well, I hope she enjoys it too.
That's right. Yes. You hear that, Mom?
Yeah. You're going to love it. And again, remember, it is depressing, but it's great.
We'll go into it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think, Brittany, I appreciate you hijacking the show. You did a fantastic job. You did way better than I would have.
Thank you for allowing me.
With this topic. Yeah. So you did great. You kept the format alive. I think the listeners are definitely going to enjoy everything they just heard from you. And I'm sure they'll look forward to you hijacking another episode down the road. Brittany, thanks again for being on the show today and introducing me to one of your favorite movies of all time, The Family Stone. And I guess that's it. Everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays.
Happy holidays, everything. All the
happy
things.
Life. Happy all the things.
Yes, happy life.
So,
and thank you so much for allowing me to bring this into your realm of life, because it's been a movie for 20 years. Happy 20th anniversary also.
Happy 20th anniversary.
I only mentioned it once. 20 years tomorrow.
20 years.
December 16th, 2005.
December 16th, yep. Awesome. Everyone go check out The Family Stone if you haven't seen it, or if you have seen it, pop it in again. It is the holidays, so enjoy. Like Brittany said, it's got some depressing moments, but such is life. Okay. Happy holidays, Brittany. Thanks again. I appreciate you as always. Everyone, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
See ya. Happy holidays.